know I'm about to go in. Told me that I couldn't do it, but I gotta bring it back, so they're really on with it. Let's go. Tell me where you're from, where you stay. Know I keep it lit from the coast to the bay. Peace on the right.
If you guys are sick of wasting money on packs, go check out my sponsor. They offer the cheapest and most reliable way to buy coins straight from the source. Use code MAZE at checkout for 15% off your entire order.
Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we got part 2 of the Weekend League recap. We got a couple announcements before we hop into the games. The first being that you might notice the setup looks a little bit different. We finally took down the Christmas decorations, and one of my long-term subscribers, Mars, the legend, sent me this jersey right here, a custom Mazomatic Raiders jersey, and it's probably one of the coolest gifts I've ever received. The end goal is to get it framed so it can hang up behind my setup permanently, but for now, we just got it sitting there, and I just want to give a shout out to Mars. Again, thank you so much, man. I'm blown away. I got the best subs in the world. No joke. I don't think there's any other content creator who has a cooler group of guys that support them. And the second thing is we're going to be uploading some extra Weekend League Hell games to the second channel tonight. That channel is called Mazomatic Live, and I'm going to be uploading some live commentaries from the stream for games that I'm not going to be posting on the main channel. So we got a couple Hell games, a couple bangers. So if you missed the stream and you're interested in seeing those live commentaries, go check out the second channel. Shoot it a sub. I love you forever. And of course, as always, before we get into the games, we're going to go over the best comments of the day. The first one coming from Jamal Just Different. He said, I swear every time he throws a touchdown to Finley, he needs to stand up. I'm starting to think he gets turned on about it. So what, a man's not allowed to get excited about touchdowns nowadays? You think I can't say Jermichael Finley without getting a boner? Fine. Jermichael Finley. And the second comment coming from Will Bowers, who said, it's so inspirational to watch a legally blind man succeed on such a big stage. Hey, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Believe in yourself, baby. And one last thing before we get into the games, boys. As many of you may know, about 50% of my viewers are not subscribed to the channel, and we're so close to 100K. So if you're watching this video, even if it's your first time on the channel and you like the content and you want to help us on the road to 100K, hit the sub button, hit the noti bell, and you won't regret it. Let's get into the video. Checking in with the team. Nothing has changed since the last video. Still using a 25 Washington, 25 Raiders theme team. Our offense led by none other than Come Cannon Gannon, Rock Hard Rich, the man himself. And as for the defensive side of the ball, I gotta say our defensive captain seems to be Lawrence Taylor. Even though he's not pictured on the screen here, he's listed as one of my pass rushers in the specialist column. But he's got edge threat on, and I feel like he is a big difference maker on the D-line. If you guys missed the last one, we recently switched to the Seahawks offense and the 4-6 defensive playbook. We're 5-0 heading into Game 6, and even though we've been throwing quite a few Helly Kellys, we haven't really had a close game yet. So hopefully this is not the first close game, and our domination continues. We're going to be starting off on the defensive side of the ball. My opponent running gun bunch tight end, converting a 3rd and long there early. Now 2nd and 7, rolling out. That looks like Josh Allen making a fantastic throw on the run, converting a big pass now to the 33-yard line. You can tell, though, he's throwing a few Stevies. He's not really making amazing reads. His players aren't wide open, so I'm expecting we're going to be getting turnovers as the game moves on. He gets 3 points on his first drive, but it could be a lot worse. Starting off our first drive, that's so hot. An absolute lays to Jerry Rice on the deep corner route, who's going to take it all the way for an 83-yard touchdown at the very start of our drive. So great way to start on the offensive side of the ball, and now we rely on our defense. Yes. A great play by Eric Allen, who was just sitting in the flats. Looked like a little bit of a bad throw from Josh Allen, but with that costly turnover, we're starting our next drive from the 15-yard line. It doesn't even matter. Stevie Wonder reporting for duty. An absolutely blind read by me, giving him the ball right back, and honestly just leaving points on the board. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us in the ass.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Now starting the second quarter, we send a lot of heat at him, get the throw out of sack animation, and Troy Vincent is right there on the user to get the interception. He almost takes it back all the way, but gets back to the 15-yard line. So hopefully this time from the 15, we can capitalize, and yes, we do. Jerry Rice on the out route, getting into the end zone, making this a 2-possession game now, as my opponent is caught in a 4th and long. We get the pass breakup and get another turnover on down. So this is our 3rd drive in a row starting from in his territory, and now the throw on the run and a high point catch by Jermichael Finley extends our lead further. So another game, another blowout, boys, as we get another turnover on downs and our 4th drive in a row starting in his territory. Only 30 seconds in the half. We're waiting on this deep out route again, and get your floaties, boys, because it's a flood. Now 28-3, starting the second half with the ball. And you see, I'm just coming out in goal line. I'm not really trying to waste my time. If you guys were in the stream, you would know I played 20 games in a row on Sunday night to finish my weekend league. So this was right at the beginning of that. And when you're in a game like this and the guy's not quitting out, I'm just going to get in goal line. I'm going to chew the clock, try to get this game over as quick as possible. You see, we're already nearing the end of the third quarter. I'm just running the ball, going down, and chewing clock. 3 minutes to go, fourth down, another dot over the middle to keep this clock moving. And with a minute 30 left, we're at the 13-yard line. We run the ball out of goal line again, and we get into the end zone to extend the lead further. So this guy, his issue was he was just in double A gap, running mid blitz even when I was in goal line. And if you guys run double A gap, you should know it's not the greatest run defense, especially against under center. So that was a mistake by him, but it let us get out of that game relatively quickly. Now on to the next one, 6-0, starting off by sending a lot of pressure again, and that's Troy Vincent with a user lurk. And honestly, it looked very similar to the one he got last game. And basically what's happening is a lot of people have been running gun bunch tight end and just trying to spam PA boot over. So when they come out in gun bunch tight end, I'm usually going to be sending the house at them, trying to prevent that play action rollout. And it usually ends up working pretty well because most people don't have a super developed scheme out of gun bunch tight end right now, and they just tend to rely on that one play. We got him in a fourth down. Unfortunately, he's able to convert on that quick curl route to Deion Sanders. Now in the red zone at the 11-yard line. About 2 minutes on the clock, and our user gets underneath the route, baits that curl route. And you know what they say about Isaiah Simmons? He's the best baiter in the game. He's a master baiter, some might say. He's a master baiter. A couple great dots by Rock Hard Rich gets us out of risky territory, and now we're looking to score points on the board. If we get 3 points here, it's going to be a 2-possession game going into the second half, and that's always the goal. A comfortable 2-possession lead as Gannon fires one deep on 4th and long, and TY is unable to come down with it. Honestly, it looked like TY was open. I don't really know. It looked like a bad throw from Gannon to me. Maybe a little underthrown. I don't know, man. I'm getting kind of sick of Gannon, but back to the defensive side of the ball. Now 2nd and 10, and we got our boy undercutting the route. D'Angelo Hall. I'm pretty sure I called him Dante Hall like 3 or 4 times so far this year. But D'Angelo Hall making a great play on the ball, undercutting that route, giving us the ball already in field goal range, saying, Gannon, you don't got to do much. Just don't throw an interception this time, and we'll be okay. 17 seconds on the clock here, and another handoff to Barry Sanders gets us in the end zone, extends our lead to 2 touchdowns, now 14-0, and we're getting the ball to start the second half. And we're starting off hot with a laser. Gannon finding Rice on the sideline between defenders, bringing the ball out to about midfield, and this time it's looking like Jermichael Finley is going to be the one toasting his man, Marshawn Lattimore. You are cheeks, baby. And that's going to bring the game to 21-0 in the third quarter. At this point, we're going into safe mode, trying not to give up any big plays, nothing like that, and on offense, not turn the ball over. So as long as we can make him take off a lot of this clock, even if he scores a touchdown, we are going to be okay. And he is driving. Unfortunately for him, the clock is ticking down as we near the end of the third quarter. He's at the 6-yard line. Allen dropping back, finally gets into the end zone. And now if he wants to stay competitive in this game, he's going to need to get a stop immediately. Because if I get any points on this drive, it's GG's. And with that throw, we pretty much put this game out of reach for my opponent and end his hopes of a comeback. And you can tell he knew that too, because he took up the rest of the game trying to get in the end zone once more. But at that point, the game was over. So 7-0 now, still undefeated, heading into game 8. And we still haven't really had a close game. So is this going to be the contender to finally give us a run for our money and knock us off our undefeated streak? Let's find out. Starting off on the defensive side of the ball, 4th and 13. He throws it up, and we are there. Eric Allen getting an interception. Perfect time user pick. And an ugly stop and go gets us stopped at the 15-yard line. So we're unable to take that back for a nice return. But again, we're starting this drive early, and if we can get in the end zone, a lot of pressure is going to be taken off. You know, we're all about taking the pressure off. Up 7-0 in the first quarter. We get him in another 4th down. He goes with this little fullback fake punt. And I was saying in the stream, of all the fakes you could have done in the playbook, I think that had to be one of the worst. Did not work at all. And it gives us the ball inside the 20-yard line again. Now in the first quarter, already up 14-0, and he started with the ball. So unless he can make up some lost ground right here, this game is going to be ugly, quick. Mahomes rolling out, throwing it deep. That's a Stevie. I got cheated. Cheated is right. DK Metcalf on 3rd and 17, going up over 2 defenders and absolutely putting his nuts on my face. I didn't appreciate that, DK. It doesn't matter, though, because Rod Woodson gets one right back. I believe he was trying to throw it up to DK again, but Rod Woodson apparently can jump higher than everyone else on my team, and that's okay. Starting from the 2-yard line, we got Jermichael Finley on the crosser. I don't know what that dive was, but it gets us out of dangerous territory again, now to the 39-yard line. Rock Hard Rich, this time rolling out, sees a crossing route. That's Jerry Rice making a great catch, shrugging off defenders, and finally going down at the 30-yard line. Now 1st and 10, up 14-0. All we need to do is not turn this ball over, and this was not my fault.
Oh,
you might
really?
think that was a Heli Kelly, and on first glance, I don't blame you. It looked like a Heli Kelly, but it's going to result in a pick 6. And honestly, shouts out to all the big boys, all my own linemen who are trying their ass off to chase down Sean Taylor, even though they have zero chance. But what happened was I was trying to release my tight end on a delay fade. I didn't realize right as I hiked the ball, he released automatically. I'm not really sure why, maybe because he didn't have a blocker. But when I pressed X to release him, I didn't realize he was already downfield in triple coverage. So that's why we threw the interception. But now it's our ball again after that pick six, and we fire back. Randy Moss on the deep post, making a great catch, taking it for a long touchdown and getting our 14-point lead back. So now it's his ball again. 2 minutes to go in the first half, and that is a Helly Kelly if I've ever seen one. Deion Sanders making a great catch, but now we're faced with a 4th and 7. We need a few yards to get a field goal, and we find the crosser on the sideline, but it just got hit out of Jermichael's hands. A very tough break for us, and we're unable to extend our lead to 3 possessions. Now my opponent's ball at the 39 with 20 seconds left in the half. He finds Randy Moss on the post, who burned Eric Allen. Eric Allen just getting his cheeks eaten by young Moss out there, and that's going to cut our lead to 1 possession. So now in the second half, it's our ball, and my opponent plays phenomenal defense. A bad read by me as Jermichael gets bagged in man coverage and gives him the ball. So now he's got an opportunity to tie up this game. He's a masturbator. And Isaiah Simmons, the master baiter, is at it again and gets another user lurk. This time, we're just going to run the ball. We're going to take our 3 points, get our 2-possession lead back, and now play a little bit more conservatively. Our defense holding strong, gets him in a 4th and extremely long, and it is Stevie Wonder out here, man. D'Angelo Hall with another interception, and he is just being disrespectful as hell, almost taking it back for a touchdown on that game-clinching interception. Pierre has conceded the game, and that is another victory, bringing our record to 8-0. It's been floods every game, boys. It's been floods every game. Now, this is the game where the Madden fatigue might be setting in. You see my opponent's got all 99s across the board, obviously running a Washington-themed team, and it's going to be interesting to see how this game shakes out, starting off with a turnover on downs, and that is a phenomenal way to start the game. We are in a 3rd and 4 from the 28. We see a couple open receivers. We throw the crosser. Jermichael Finley makes a toe-tapping grab inside the 10, and from here, we are continuing to pass. Not always the best idea. My advice would always be to run the ball inside the 10, even though I don't really take that advice. It pays off this time. We get the touchdown. Now 7-0. Still in the first quarter. Now back to the defensive side of the ball. My opponent tries to test Deion Sanders in man coverage, but Deion sticks to Terry McLaurin like glue and gets us another turnover. This time we're just shy of field goal range, so we need a few more yards. We find Jermichael again on that little Z corner route, and now we are inside the 25. 4th and 7 here. I can go up by 2 possessions. I decide to go for it. A very risky move that ends up paying off. Honestly, I'm playing stupid. That is a terrible decision. If you have an opportunity to go up 2 possessions, you take it. You don't throw Stevies like that inside the red zone. A very bad decision by me, and that is going to give him the ball back with an opportunity to tie up this game. Now 2nd and 12. We use a rush. We come in there screaming. We take his kneecaps. Unfortunately, he recovers the ball, but this was a physical play by Isaiah Simmons. You see the ball just exploded out of Gannon's hands as we hit him, and he was forced to punt us the ball. So we got a little bit of a redo, a little bit of a second chance after that last Stevie, and that one looked like a dot, but just overthrown. Gannon, I don't know, man. That was a tough throw, but I think it's one he should have made. 3rd and 8 now as we throw it to Rice. This time connecting, getting a first down. And with 10 seconds left in the half, we kind of ran out of time here. Didn't use our time management skills very effectively, but barely squeak into field goal range right as time expires in the first half. We get to 3 points. We go up by 2 possessions. And now heading into the second half, we're in a good position.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Unfortunately, this guy just doesn't give a shoot. Goes for an onside kick coming out in the second half. Who does that, man? Who does that? And who gets it? I cannot believe that he got the onside kick coming out in the second half, and then he's coming out firing. We had him in a 3rd and long. He beats us on a streak route to his tight end. I don't know how that happened. And then he gets into the end zone. So just like that, the game is flipped on its head. We were going to come out a 2-possession lead with a ball. Then that onside kick just ruined all of our plans. Now it's 1st and 10. We get Barry Sanders getting a solid gain there. Out to the 40-yard line. And we got to get 7 now because I want to get this 2-possession lead right back. So 3 points doesn't cut it anymore. We're driving. We're playing smart. Not taking any unnecessary risks until I get the camera glitch. This camera angle was frozen here. I couldn't switch it. I couldn't see who was open. It looks like Square's open. And I took a risk. Unfortunately, he was very much not open. Now, That might have been a Stevie, might have been a Helly Kelly, but I blame the camera angle mixed with Madden fatigue. It's a 2-for-1. And then my opponent follows it up with the most wild play ever. Gannon with a crossbody behind the back 360 throw, and he gets a roughing the passer. So just like that, he's inside the red zone, and he finds the tight end streak again. That was Troy Vincent, who was 10 yards off from the safety position, getting burned on a streak by a tight end. Then right after that, an interception for 7. I could not believe this. It looked like he was in an outside quarter. I think Deion Sanders was in an outside quarter. He's able to play an out route on the break. An unbelievable play from Deion Sanders. I'm not really happy with how that shook out, but I don't know if I can really blame the game for that one. Might have just been a bad read. So now we're down 2 possessions, only 2 minutes to go in this game, and we were doing so well. We were pretty much bagging this guy, dominating him on offense, and then that onside kick changed everything. So now we're going to have to score fast, and with that throw, we're in field goal range. We are going to kick our field goal, bring it to 8 points, so we have enough time with the 3 timeouts to hopefully get a stop, get a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, and tie up this game. He's got the ball, 1 minute to go. We call a timeout first down, get another stop on second down, another timeout. And now on third down, this is the moment of truth. And this time, the streak burns us to the other side. That's DK Metcalf burning Deion Sanders. And really, I can't be too mad about that one. I was pressed. Deion doesn't have the best press. And now we got to go down and score quickly if we want to even have a chance in this game. Come Cannon Gannon says, no problemo, senor, and fires a deep one to Randy Moss, who gets in the end zone. And now we're only down 8. The onside kick. Let's get one back, baby. Let's get one back. Of course we didn't. He got the onside kick at half. All we needed was the onside kick there. We couldn't get it done. And that's how we get the L. But this was the play that really pissed me off. This happened twice. Troy Vincent, 10 yards off in man coverage. Flat-footed, letting the tight end just run right by him. And you know, I don't know if I was shaded inside or what the deal was, but that really pissed me off. If I lost to somebody that I felt was better than me, I'm not going to be upset. But that game, I really didn't feel like that guy was better than me. I should have got the dub there. I'm so mad, but I got to flush it and move on to the next one. We're going to keep getting L's. So now we're 8-1, heading into game 10, and we are looking for vengeance. So we're starting off with the defensive side of the ball. You see he's moving the ball pretty well at midfield now as Gannon drops back, looking to pass again, looking for the deep post, but gets hit as he threw it. The deep post wasn't really open anyway, so that interception probably would have happened either way, and Sean Taylor gets a pretty solid return to the opponent 33-yard line. So we're already in field goal range here, looking to score and get on the board early. Still 3 minutes left in the first half. An out route to Jerry Rice, a little squiggle. He's so sticky. That one was for the haters, baby. Let's take another look. Instant replay. Swerved out of the way of the first defender. And as we came up on the next one, a little stop, a little go, and we're in the end zone on the board early, 7-0. Now my opponent's coming out in some 5 wide, and usually when they come out in 5 wide, it means the desperation is starting to set in. Deion Sanders, the playmaker, getting another interception as he just bagged his man in man coverage. And with that turnover, my opponent wanted no part. He saw the stick moves. He saw the lockdown defense. And your peer has conceded the game. So we are 9-1 through the first 10 games. And even though that's a pretty good record, we should definitely be 10-0. I should not have lost that game. I'm still mad about it. My heart is broken, and it'll never be fixed. If you are ready for part 2, it will be here tomorrow morning. You guys know the drill. Hit that like button. Hit the sub button. Road to 100K. We're almost there. I'll see you boys very soon.